this is going to be a video about this. My awesome friends at the Cubicle sent me the MF3RS3. Now, to give some context, I've been waiting for this cube for like almost like a year and a half, 2 years? It's been a while. I've been wanting this cube for a while. I actually got to try a special version. I'm not going to say how or who, but I tried it and I was like, oh my god, this cube's going to be the next god cube. And when the Ao5 Pro was announced, like this is back then, I was like, the Ao5 Pro is going to be amazing. It's going to be a god cube, because I thought the Ao5 Pro was this cube, and then the Ao5 Pro turned out to be kind of crappy. But anyways, this cube is actually like a pretty good contender to be my main. I'm going to talk about it, but first going to get some few stuff out of the way. My hands are like really cold. They're a little sticky from plastic and chemicals. But if I don't finish this now, I won't be able to do it later in the week. And I'm actually procrastinating like a giant homework thing that's due tomorrow, and I'm not gonna sleep or something. I'll figure it out, because I always do when it comes to this. I'm balancing 5 classes that are all computer science so I can graduate really fast and get back to New York. It's killing the hell out of me, but I think I'm this far, I can do it. So let's get into some stuff before that. So I don't know if you got the news, but the Cubicle has a new website. Like, this is the new Cubicle website, and our developer who put this, who made this, put a lot of work, and it's better infrastructure and everything so that we can manage orders better, get them out to you faster. It looks cleaner, the clutter's gone, and it's been like months, maybe even like, yeah, months in the making. So this is the new site. It's pretty sick. Yeah, I would say this is pretty sick. It has all the functionality of the old one, and it just makes things a lot better on our end, and hopefully better on your end too. The next thing is I'm going to be using a little bit of a different timer. So I usually use TNT because TNT is the successor to CCT, and I've been using CCT since 2007, and after 11 years, I think it's time to change. And oh, before that, I used CCT because it was an approximation of JNet timer, which was like even older than that, 2004 even, and it was big in the Japanese scene, which is back when Nakajima was the current Felix. Like, he was the god of cubing, and he was putting out all these videos on JNet timer. After all that, I think it's finally time to change it up. So let's look at CubicleTimer. So CubicleTimer has been in the making for quite a while. I think my video is cutting off the top with the scramble, yeah. So like, let's see if I can do that. Yeah, you can see here the scramble. The first thing we're gonna look at is this a random state scramble? And just looking at it, yeah, that's a random state scramble, or at least it's using definitely a 2-phase algorithm, because after this part, or is that a 2-phase algorithm? It might, yeah, that's 2-phase rotated. L2D2, U2L. Yeah, that's a 2-phase random scramble, but instead of using the U and D moveset, it rotated. So you'll notice after, this is how you can tell if a scrambler is random state and whether or not you should use a scrambler online. You can see here, after this part, after the F, you don't see single U and single D, and you don't see single moves other than L. There's no R, but if you included R, it would be okay. That pattern is indicative of a two-phase scramble. Also, if people are cheating at FMC using semi-optimal solvers, you'll see this pattern. And this is something I learned doing the Tran algorithm. That is definitely a random state scramble, which is really good. That's definitely good. So I only knew the people working on this indirectly, and this is like years in the making, guys. Like 2016, early 2016, even 15 even, and it's finally out, and I'm pretty excited to try it out. It's fancy. It has like, I think it has a histogram, but this is like my first time using this version of it. So MF3RS3, and I put my own magnets in it, and let's see how it performs. Goodness gosh, everything's really messy. Alright, Please excuse my mess, guys. But alright, so let's talk about this cube. So I got to preview this cube like years ago, and it's unique because it has this annoying little torpedo thing if you disassemble it. Back in when it first was when I tried the prototype, it was really finicky, and it would like fall out and it'd be really hard to put in. They actually fixed that. This is a beautifully crafted piece, and it's different from the MF3RS2 because that one has like that little indentation right there for where the skirt on the center goes in. But here, it looks more like the M3 and other Moyu cubes where it's like a squarish inside, and I imagine it doesn't actually contact the corners at all, and the only thing I can imagine is it gives the edges a little bit more space to glide. I don't know about that, but in the cubes I have tried it in, I have a flipped edge. I didn't really like them that much. The MF3RS3 is the first cube where I saw that feature and I was like, oh, this is pretty good. Oh gosh. So, the next thing is, you'll see some people saying online that it's not as smooth and buttery as the MF3RS2. I should find a better way to say this. And that's true, it's a little bit more crisp and it's faster. This one's been treated, so I put all the fancy stuff on this, so it's a little slower for me. And I really like this cube. So far though, I've only been using this cube for a few days and I haven't had really good practice with it. I don't get as good times on this. I've gotten too used to the GAN's 356X, which I did not know was that expensive. But I think if you're serious about cubing, the X is worth it. I've been messing around with the 356R to see if different magnets, because like for me the X, it's not just the magnet strength, but like it's a little too strong. I want to try to change the radius to make it a little bit more smooth. And I also lock up on this one, but I haven't been practicing because I've been so busy with school. But I expect to get an 11 average or something like that. But one of the things I want to point out is something weird happened with my MF3RS3. There's a crack on my white center cap, but there's a crack on my green center cap, and my yellow center cap, and my orange center cap, and my blue center cap. It's harder to see on the blue because it's darker color, but if you notice, there we go. That crack is in the same direction on every single piece. That means the mold or the manufacturing process has a consistent defect, and I don't know what caused it, but I don't think the normal person's gonna get that. That was because of expansion during treatment of the plastic. But I thought it was very interesting that all of those caps, except for red is the only cap that didn't crack. I guess it's made of I guess the additives and the pigments to make red make it a little tougher, but every single one of them cracked in the same direction, which to me was pretty funny. When I get back to New York in a few weeks, I'm gonna have to ask Phil for some more caps. But performance-wise, it's a little louder. It's the same size as the MF3RS2. The colors are darker, and personally, I really like the darker red. But it's not as big of a contrast as like if you have the 356R, it's like way darker than the 356X. I have a few R pieces here. Like that's an R piece, and that's an X piece. I don't know if the camera is leveling the colors, but it's significantly darker, and I should have reassembled that cube to show you. But I actually really like the colors. Darker red seems to contrast more with the orange, like, and I like the contrast. I really like these colors because I started cubing back when colors were really dull, and I always really liked darker blue in all my cubes really, and that's why I like the 356X so much. But performance-wise, the corners are almost identical. It's a good cube. I don't know what price it's going to be. The difference in the corners really is this part with the screw. There's a metal screw. I really should have expanded this, sorry guys. I also really should redo this video, but I don't have much time. So, my final verdict is, you should definitely get the RS3 when it comes out, MF3RS3. This is definitely a really solid cube. The feeling is really nice. I love this cube. If you like the MF3RS2, you should get the 3. So enough talking, I'm going to do an average with this new timer and see what's up, and we'll see where that goes. So, nope. I'm not getting good times. That felt fast, but it wasn't fast. I still have to get used to this cube. Oh, whoa! 7 with a skip. That was a 3-corner comp, and I think that was a comp. And oh, it was 3 slots into the comp, finished everything. Ooh, that's good. Okay, that was on video. That's gonna be on the final video. I don't care what the rest of the solves are. That was pretty sick. That was the 2 in a row! That was sub-10 2 in a row of a skip. That was just... The statistics are absurd. This is my lucky day, guys. This is my lucky day. That's never happening in competition. That's a sub-10 average of 5. Oh, it's only 4 solves. It's 7, 8, 10, and 12. 2 of them were like TTL skips. That was just like my weird 3rd slot, 4th slot thing, and it was just a solve. Holy crap. Alright, I'm in a good mood. Yes, it's sub 10. And mean of 3, 9.04, so close to sub 9. Wow. Holy crap. And average of 5, like without removing things, is still sub 10. That's God mode, guys. This cube is a God mode cube. So let's just finish out the average of 12 and see what happens. I stuttered on that PLL, which is not good. Wow, 10 flat. That was too much stuttering. was average. This cube really is good for my turning style. Like, it really saves me on a lockup sometimes. Sometimes. I still lock up. Alright, so average of 12 is 1007. Right there, 1007. Average of 5. I'm not sure what this is. Mean? Is that what it is? It truncating? Maybe. I'm not sure. Mean of 3, 9 Oh, there's a standard deviation. That's really nice. Wow. I never get standard deviation that good. Holy crap. That was a solve. Thanks guys for watching. This cube is a god mode cube once you break it in and like have it all set up. Mine's gamma treated. It's really nice. I need new caps for competition, but D&M and Dignitas, this thing is a god cube. I love the MF3RS, especially after getting those two solved back to back. Once you set this up, it's definitely the best cube for me, and I love